All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, all right. Welcome. I know y'all couldn't hear it on Facebook, YouTube, but return of the Mac. All right, so I'm back. I'm not the Mac. I am the coach. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Get on in here. All right, get on in here. TikTok, give me some likes. Instagram, there's some like Albanian, Alabamian. Okay, currently vacationing in Pennsylvania. All right, well, glad. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you joining us, y'all. Those of you, I got Annabella from Portugal. Hey there, how are you? Glad you could join the coach tonight. All right, y'all. We got to get it tonight. I got something good for y'all as usual. And I am so excited that I've been able to go live the last couple of weeks. Haven't been traveling as much, and I don't have a whole bunch of filming to do. So I want to spend this time with you. But first thing I will say is I appreciate all of you who rock with me. I appreciate all of you who I get emails and I get inboxes every single day, DMs every single day saying that what I'm doing has helped you do what you do. Somebody just asked, "What are your qualifications?" I often answer, I got degrees and I got certifications and all of that. But you know, the one qualification that I have is that I have saved 303 marriages. That I got a whole bunch of qualifications, but that one right there, that one right there usurps all of them. So for me, you all can say that I got, I've been doing this 14 years. So I always tell people, I was like, listen, I would say to you all, is stop letting people define you. You define you. You define you. Oh, that's so cool. Viva La Christie says you were a big part of my healing. One point. Oh shoot. My live ended. Let me start it over. All right. My live ended on Instagram. Somebody said that you were a part of my healing. Um, so at the end of the day, that's what I tell everybody. This is what you have to do. You got to be willing to champion yourself. And so tonight we're going to kind of talk about that in a way that is, it's going to make a whole bunch of sense. And I don't know if my Instagram is stuck. I'm not sure. Let me start this over. Let me start it over. Hold on, let me start it over. Let me start this over. And all right. So let's see if we can start it over. All right. So I started my Instagram over and they are checking. And I know why they do that. I think because I pay that little bit of music at the beginning. I think that's kind of why they do it. But anyway, all right, y'all. So, but anyway, I was getting somebody asking my qualifications, and I am qualified, y'all. But just so you know, I tell people stop looking at what other people do. You see, I judge me by the number of people's lives I've changed, thousands, and that's in the thousands. Viva La Christie, she's back. and she said that you said something about me and a year and a half helping you through your journey. Can you repeat that? Because we get off. All right. I'm not giving you any answer, user 454. Just give us an answer. I'm not giving you an answer. I don't have to give you anything. And see, what I say to people is people want to dictate what you do. Stop letting them. Stop letting them. I'm not giving them an answer. Go research me. That's what I would suggest you do. But anyway, Viva La Chrissy, thank you so much. You said I've been held responsible than you are. Then for the last about 1.5 years. I appreciate you. Anybody else? So, y'all, tonight we got something real good going. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the purpose of a relationship. Okay, she says, yes, sir, you're a big part of my healing journey for 1.5 years of a situationship. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And that's what this is. Oh my God, there's always one, coach. Oh yeah, you always got one. I don't listen to these people. Let me tell you something. Think about it. People, you got everybody. If you ain't got no haters, y'all, you ain't doing nothing. You're not doing anything. I put up thousands of videos. I got 1.4 million followers. Do you think all of them love me? No. I got haters out there too. But the truth is here's why it makes sense. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. Because think about this. I want to talk about football real quickly, and then we'll get into everything. Now, I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan, but one of my partners is. And here's what I realized about the Dallas Cowboys, why they are the number one franchise in America, in the world, in football, number one franchise in America, period. The reason why they're number one is because they have a lot of fans, but they have just as many people that hate them as love them. So all these people are watching. Some people want them to win. Some people don't want them to lose. But nonetheless, they're all watching. All right? That's the deal. All right, y'all. First thing I want y'all to do is say, I appreciate y'all. Tell me your name and where you're checking in from so I can properly welcome you. Because you could be anywhere in the world, but you are with me tonight. So I want to properly acknowledge you. So if you would, tell me your number. Let's say we got somebody from Texas. What part of Texas? Iraq, the country girl. What part of Texas? Thank you so much for joining me. Denise from the beautiful state of New York in the building. Stephanie from Ohio, welcome. Hattie from Fort Wayne, welcome. Glad you could join me. Pam from New York, good. Atlanta, okay. Florida, who's that? Is that Gilbert? Okay, appreciate you. Thank you, King. I appreciate you. Crystal, New Jersey, in the building. Valent, Texas. Monica, Jasper, Texas. We got in the building. What's that? Nakota from Atlanta. And Julie D from London. Talisa from New York. Aslan from Guyana. Nisi, what's up? From Greensboro. Joyce from Salisbury in the building. What's that? I can't pronounce that. From Houston, can you help me? Judlico. I want to make sure I got it. Katie from Texas. CT in the building. Savannah. Sharon from Savannah in the building. Lucretia from Las Vegas. Ziba. I don't know. I just want to remember from Georgia in the building. I just want to make sure that I pronounce that correctly. All right, y'all. So we have roughly about 200 people. I got all my platforms up. I got my Instagram, TikTok in the building, and I got YouTube and Facebook. All right. So listen, appreciate y'all. Cam, Coach Ken, what's good? How are you? Glad you could join me tonight in the building. All right. So y'all, I am super appreciative about being able to go live the last couple of weeks because it lets me connect with you all. Thank you, Hattie. Hattie says, I love your show. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. But the reason I love to connect with people is so because I get to teach people. I get to teach people at the end of the day. So I wanted to teach you something today. So I wanted to get your notes out. So I was talking to one of my clients. Yep, I'm the guy from the Tammy Roman show. I'm the coach on Unfaithful Caught in the Act with Tammy Roman. That would be yours truly. All right. All right. So I got all my platforms up now. The funny thing about it is, I was talking to one of my clients today, and I began explaining to my clients, she was telling me how she was feeling about her relationship. And she was explaining to me that the relationship had taken a dip. Like it was going, she said it was going good, it was going amazing. Everything was amazing. And then the relationship began to dip. Okay. And then I began to tell her about the purpose of the relationship. Because I never really gone into the purpose of the relationship. I told my academy members, and when I broke it down, the purpose of a relationship, everybody began to look at it differently. Okay. And so whether it's a man or whether it's a woman, doesn't matter, y'all. A relationship only has two purposes. Only two purposes. And so tonight, I'm going to talk about those two purposes. And I need you to ask yourself whether the relationship, every relationship has two purposes. But I'm talking about specific romantic relationships. Every relationship has two purposes. It could be a relationship with your mother. It could be, yes. And so it could be a relationship with a romantic, or a significant other, or whoever. And so I began to explain to her, I said, don't get dismayed by the ebbs and flow of a relationship. I said, I've been married 24 years. And I said, the thing about being married 24 years, I said, there are ebbs and flow in our relationship. I said, I love my wife, but my love is not based on how I feel at any given moment. Because you all, if we be honest, sometimes in a relationship, you might not feel your best. You might not even like your partner that much. But when you look at what love is a commitment to this person, to this relationship. See, love, as I define it, is the process of committing your life to another person. That's what love is. Love is the process. Now, notice what I said. I never said that love was I feel in love. And so as I begin to tell her, and I begin to talk to her about her commitment level, because how many of us, we are willing to walk out on somebody? We're willing to say, I'm gone, I'm ghost, I'm done, I'm in the wind. How many of us are willing to do that? So many people are walking out on relationships. And Sinister says, me. And so what I begin to tell people is, I say, I want you to begin looking at relationships totally different. I'm not talking about just romantic relationships. I'm talking about your friendships. I'm talking about the people in your life. And I said, the truth is, a relationship has two purposes. And I'm going to give them to you tonight. And some of you will agree, and some of you will disagree. And some of you will think that I'm nuts. And some of you, it may make you think a little differently than you thought before. But the reason I am so good at helping people in their relationships, because I never get caught up in the ebbs and flow of emotions. Now, I know we all want to feel good. We all want to feel good at any given time. But there are times in a relationship where you may not feel good, but are you still committed to the relationship? So let's talk about them. The two reasons, purposes of a relationship are to grow and to heal. That's it. That is all. To grow and to heal. That is all. You see, let me break this down. So a lot of times people think that, they get excited, they get to go out to eat, they get to have sex, they get to they get to have children, they get all of these things that they feel good about. They get to buy a house, they get to do all these things. But the truth is the things I just mentioned are growth. When you have a baby, that's part of growing. Okay. When you buy a house, we grow financially. You see, it ain't about going out to eat. But the other part of it is the relationship is about the healing part. And so here's the part that people don't want to deal with. See, the healing part is when it doesn't feel so good. Do y'all know, like, can we be honest? A relationship can bring out the best and the worst in you. You ever notice how sometimes the things you do in a relationship, you wouldn't even think that you would do or say, right? Think about it. In a relationship, when Jasmine Sullivan did that song, "I'll bust the windows out your car." Was she talking about somebody she really didn't care about? Nope. Was she talking about she was somebody who just going down the street? Nope. She was talking about somebody who she was in some type of relationship with. And so what we're going to talk about is the healing part. We're going to talk about the growth part, but I need y'all to understand something. The purpose of a relationship only has two purposes, only two. Number one, to grow. Number two, to heal. And so when you look at healing, every single person, let's talk about healing from this perspective. Because let me dispel some misnomers. There are people who say things like you should not get in a relationship until you heal. Right? Y'all have heard that. And so the problem with the statement is that you're always healing. You're always perpetually healing, right? So do you think that everybody that's in a good relationship is fully healed? No, they're not. The problem is that's a misnomer. That is not correct. You see, I'm in a good relationship, but there are still parts of me that need to heal or be better. I call it healing when you have to evolve into something else, to someone else. There are parts of me that I identified recently. I've been teaching a class in my academy on boundaries. For 4 weeks, I started week 1 yesterday. And y'all, what I realized about boundaries, I realized that Coach Ken, not Coach Ken, but Ken, needed to heal some areas in his life. And so, does the fact that you have to heal means you cannot be in a relationship? Absolutely not. But here's why I say you should not be in a relationship. Number one, when you still have an unhealthy attachment to something else that is not healthy for you. Okay? You should not be in another relationship. Number one, when you have an unhealthy attachment. And number two, you should not be in a relationship when you are not on a healing journey, meaning you are not attempting to evolve and get better. Those are the 2 times I think that you should not be in a relationship. Okay? When you have an unhealthy attachment with someone else, and that could be the trauma that you experience, all of that is part of the unhealthy attachment because you are attached to the trauma from the last relationship. All right. And then if you're not willing to do the work on yourself, when you're not willing to do the work on yourself to be better, to heal, to evolve, then I don't think you need to be in a relationship. But the truth is, can we be honest, y'all? There are a lot of people, men and women, not just men, not just women, who don't feel like they need to do any work on themselves. They don't feel like that. They don't feel like they feel like it is the other person's fault. That is their partner's fault. That is, it is their fault that we got here. It is their fault. It is the other person's fault that we had conflict. It is the other person's fault that we did not communicate well. It is the other person's fault that we broke up. It is, and you ever notice, and what I often, I'll say this, when I have meetings with people, even if they're long, even if they're short meetings, I often find out that it is much easier to absolve yourself of responsibility. You see, the thing is, like I told my client the other day, the other thing I told my client the other day, I said, a dream person does not exist. I said, your dream partner. Some of you say, I'm looking for my dream partner, my dream man, or my dream woman. And I explained to her that that person does not exist. And she said, why? My person is out there. I said, I never said your person is not out there. I simply said your dream person doesn't exist. And let me explain why. When I explained it to her, she got it. I said, do you know anytime your dream person, the person, what you mean your dream person, you simply mean the image that you have in your mind about someone, right? I said, do you ever notice how your dream person does not come with any trauma? Do you ever notice how when you create the picture, your dream person does not have communication problems? Do you ever notice that your dream person, the person that you think about, does not have any of the issues that we do, the real people have? You know why that's true? Because your brain does not attach trauma to that person. Your brain does not attach toxicity to your brain. Your brain cannot view that. Your brain does not view toxicity. Your brain does not view communication problems as it pertains to your dream person. And so because it doesn't, when the person arrives and they come with trauma and they come with communication issues and they come with attachment styles that are not conducive to yours, all of a sudden what you say is, and I hear all the time, what you say is, that's a red flag. No, it ain't. It's not a red flag. What it is the person in your mind never came with any flaws. The person in your mind, but the real person, each one of us comes with something that is not desirable. The question is in relationships, does this, remember what I told you, the two purposes of relationship? Does this person want to grow? And does this person want to heal? That is where I start. In any relationship, I don't care about love bombing. I don't care about them telling you the greatest thing in the world. I don't care about them telling you how wonderful you are, how fine you are, how, how we just connect, we vibe. When people say stupid shit like that, I don't care about any of that. What I care about is are our core values in alignment? You see, most of us never get to the point where we determine whether our core values were in alignment. You see, because you know what? Because it's not fun. It's not sexy. It's not a vibe to talk about your core values, to talk about the things that mean something to you and why they mean something to you. You see, because we feel like if the other person doesn't agree with it, that they're not the one. I would venture to say, yes, if they disagree with me and they're willing to talk about the disagreement, I'm more apt to believe they're the one. All right? I'm more apt to believe they're the one than the other one. Oh, Yo-Yo said your Tubi series was off the chain. Will there be more? Yes, Yo-Yo, thank you for watching. I'm going to talk to y'all about that tonight. The numbers have been super crazy. Oh my God. I talked to my Tubi rep and he's like, dude, what are you doing? I am so excited y'all been watching. It was crazy. And we are beginning to work on season 2 right now as we speak. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Um, Shawnee says the series was outstanding, Coach Ken. Oh, thank you. You watched it too, but I appreciate it. Okay. So somebody says, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was watching the old episode of The Biggest Loser. Were you on it? Yes, I was, Roger. I was on The Biggest Loser years ago. Yes, yes, yes. They have a special out show about The Biggest Loser, a lot of the stuff that went on. Yes, and that picture where Joel said somebody I knew from college was on that. Yes, that was me. That was me. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, CP. I appreciate it. Love your spirit as well. Thank you so much. And so Valor says it's good. Thank you, Valor. I appreciate you watching it. I appreciate you watching it. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, so let me tell you what we're talking about, y'all. I have a series on Tubi. It's on Prime too. It's on both of them. But I would rather you watch it on Tubi because it's free. It's a free on Tubi. I would rather you watch it on Tubi. But let me tell you what it is. It is based on my relationship coaching over the years. And I just decided to take some of the letters that I've gotten that were not easy letters and things. And so I put them in movie form. And so what I want y'all to do is, for those of you who are listening, I'd love for you to go to your smart TV, scroll down the app of Tubi, or you can put it on your phone, download the Tubi app. And what I want you to do is when you go there, I want you to type in these words. Decisions are never black and white. Write this down. Decisions are never black and white. That is my series, and I want you to do it. Yo-Yo says, I could not do your job. Yo-Yo, did you see Shay Free Spirit said it was so good, I was looking for more. Oh, thank you so much. Y'all, I'm telling you, decisions are never black and white. Hattie, me too. They all said it was deep. Shanice, you haven't seen it? You need to go watch it tonight. I want y'all to cue it up. It's on Prime as well. But I'd love for you to watch it on Tubi because Prime you have to pay. I think it's like $4.99 for the whole series. Tubi is free. Okay. Somebody says, Rizzy the Great says, scroll to the Tubi app and delete it. Tubi is on by. Oh, is it? Oh, no, I don't want you to delete it. No, don't delete it. Watch my show first, then delete it. All right. It's called Decisions. Write this down. Decisions are never black and white. Decisions are never black and white. I did not know that, Rizzy. I didn't know Rupert Murdoch owned that. Damn. For real? Okay, see now, but I still need y'all to go watch it. Just watch it. If you got to delete it afterwards, watch it because the numbers help me. All right. All right. All right. But y'all go check it out. Now, so here's what I'm going to say to all of you. When you're in a relationship, I don't care what kind of relationship it is, the relationship should be predicated on two things. Number one, is the person willing to grow? Now, what do I mean by being willing to grow? Willing to grow. See, the thing is, y'all, there are many relationships I coach where a lot of people get into what we call a routine. We get into, and another word for routine is complacency. I need you to understand what I just said. Another word for routine is complacency. You see, what happens to the human being is when there is no pain, when we are comfortable, we experience complacency. You see, the brain likes to operate in complacency, or you call it routine. The reason why the brain operates in routine is because the expenditure of energy is less. You see, the one thing is that The brain's whole function, the brain's whole function, y'all, is to keep you alive. It has no other purpose. And the reason why I say that, that is why the brain likes things on autopilot, because whenever you do something different, you ever notice how when you work out really hard, you feel like I'm about to die. The brain tells you stop, stop, because its job is to keep you alive. No, you're not about to die. But the brain wants you to believe because it's not on autopilot. Now, while I am a studier, I am an advocate for brain power. Do you know the brain is so powerful? You can actually trick your own brain into doing the things that you want to do. So, the first thing that I want you all to do is this. There is a term called metacognition. And metacognition is simply the idea of thinking about your thoughts. Okay? Metacognition is thinking about your thoughts. If you think about it, some of us, the way we think and the things that we think about are contrary or antithetical to what we want in life. Allow me to give you an example. You say, I want to be in a relationship. But my thoughts are, I don't feel like going out. I don't want to meet anybody. I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. And what happens is your brain is telling you the very things that are contrary to your goal, that are contrary to your goal. Okay? And so what I'm telling people is this. The first thing I want you to do is begin thinking about your thoughts. So check it. So for the next day, I want you to observe your own thoughts as though you're an outside party looking at them or listening to them. This is what Coach Ken does. And everything that I've been able to achieve, it started like this. Because some of my thoughts are creating energy that is the opposition of what I want. So, first thing I want y'all to do, and why is this important to relationships, healing, and growth? Because many of you are thinking thoughts that are not pertaining to growth or healing. Many of you are advocating thoughts and actions that are not synonymous with growth or healing. Many of you are talking to people. You're communicating with people. Your energy is contrary to growth or healing. And if that's the only purpose of relationships, then if I am thinking about the things that are not conducive to growth and healing, what am I doing? What I'm actually doing is interfering with my growth and my healing. And so when I have clients, first thing I tell them to do is this. I say, for a couple of days, I just want you to write down the thoughts that you have. Now listen to me, y'all, about anything. I don't want you to judge the thought, though. What we do is judge the thought. Just let the thought, when it pops into your head, I want you to write down, I was thinking why I don't have a relationship. That's what I was just thinking. Write that down. And as thoughts pop into your mind, I want you to just observe them. Y'all, I have a client that I've been coaching. And like I always tell people, I'm a coach, but I use therapy. I am not a therapist, but I use therapeutic techniques because I'm super smart, y'all. And I helped this person go from a depressed state. They were so deep in depression. And I get it. Everybody ain't my client. But now she is like, in 4 months, my life, she was like, I cannot believe where I am. But one of the things that I told, why am I telling you this? Because one of the things that I told her, I said, I want you to start by just observing your thoughts. Let's don't judge them. Let's just observe them. Let's observe the things you say to yourself. Let's observe the things you think. Let's just observe them as though we are a bystander looking at your life. Y'all, why is this important? Because a lot of y'all are spending time looking at people on the internet, looking at these videos that are contrary, antithetical to what you want. These people on the internet, they're not telling you. They don't want what you want. They want clicks. They want money. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna say things that attract the people who want to hear that kind of division. That's not what I'm about. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I'm gonna do. And so while we're doing this, my job is to help you heal and grow. And so here's what we're going to do. And then tomorrow, I'll come back and I'll tell you what to do with it. But I want you to do two things. Number one, for one day, just one day, I want you to write down your thoughts. When something pops in your head, write it down. Don't judge it. Just write it down. Write down the thoughts you're having. And so what we're going to do is we're going to, like I said, it's metacognition. What we're going to do is think about our thoughts. Okay? That's what we're going to do. First thing. And then the second thing, tomorrow, I'm going to tell you what to do with those thoughts. I'm going to tell you how to begin interrupting those patterns, because it's a pattern. It's a habitual pattern that we've been thinking. We've been doing the same things that keep us from the results that we want. We've been doing the things that keep us from the desires of our heart. We've been doing things, y'all, that keep us from growing. And the thing is, y'all, I was doing the same thing. I was doing the same. And everything I teach y'all, I do. I am not sitting here telling you, oh, you ought to do something that I'm unwilling to do. Every single day, I'm trying to grow or I'm trying to heal. Every single day. And that's what I want for you. Okay? And that's what I want for you. Is that fair? And y'all, I appreciate y'all. And what we're going to do, for those of you, so I want y'all to do that. Start writing your thoughts down. And we're going to tell you what to do with them tomorrow. So y'all be back. Tell your friends. Because this week, I'm probably going to do up to Thursday. And then we're gonna make this work. Okay? So two things I want y'all to do. Number one, some of you have been reaching out to me, and I told you that I'm willing to have a 15-minute conversation with you. My team has been sending me the people. While I have the time, I'm willing to do it. Just reach out at Coach Ken Canyon at Gmail and say, hey, Coach, I want a 15-minute call with you, and I'll see if I can help you. All right? In those 15 minutes, I'm pretty good. I can. And the second thing, so reach out to me at CoachKenCanyon at gmail.com. And then the second thing is, I want, for those of you who haven't watched my new series, I want you to go to Tubi, the Tubi app, or on your smart TV. Tubi's there, or download it to your smart TV. And I want you to type in, decisions are never black and white. Decisions are never black and white. And what I want you to do is tell me what you would do in episode 1 and 3. What would you do? Go. Yo-Yo says, go watch it. It's good. Thank you, Yo-Yo. I appreciate that. Tubi, decisions are never black and white. Hello from Australia. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Peace.